some of you in the audience feel about math. But not everyone feels that way. And I know that some of you might be thinking, what is this crazy pink person about to say? And I know that you're thinking that because a couple years ago, I would have been thinking the exact same thing. If you had told me 4 years ago that this is where I would find myself, we probably would have been making a pretty sad joke. I might have been trying to make myself feel better about the fact that I had just been placed into Math 38, which is the lowest math class available on a college campus. And in defense of myself, I would have said something like, hey, I'm just not a math person. Now that was back when I believed in math people. These mystical beings whose brains worked in a way that mine couldn't. There were people that were good at math and people that were not. And I was not. It used to drive me crazy. I remember sitting at my kitchen room table in middle school crying over my math homework. And in high school, hiding my Algebra 2 textbook under my sweater because I was embarrassed to be the only junior in a classroom full of freshmen. So when I was told that I would have to start college at the bottom of the totem pole, 4 classes away from even a transferable level of math, it hit me. And it was another story in a series of disappointments. But I didn't know then that Math 38 would actually be the best thing to ever happen to me. Because Math 38 is your chance to start over. You get to start at the beginning. And when I say beginning, I mean beginning. 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. But this is something that we can all get behind. If I have 2 things and then I take 2 things away, then I don't have anything at all. It's very physical. You can count it on your fingers. And it's also true that 2 plus negative 2 is equal to 0. And that there's no real difference between adding a negative number and performing subtraction. This happens all the time in math. 2 things that you think are separate ideas are actually just different ways to communicate the same central concept, which is really, really cool and makes math a lot like a language. Another key thing that I learned in Math 38 was the idea of equality. With this equal sign, I tell you that the 3 blue circles on the left are the same as the 3 blue circles on the right. And even though they're arranged in a different way, and in a lot of math problems look nothing like each other, the equal sign says that they're the same. But if I do something like this, then this is no longer true. There's a quick fix. It's just to add a star to the other side. Whatever I do to one side of an equation, I must do to the other. This is a mantra that we've all heard time and time again. But look, it means something and it makes sense. It's physical and it's simple. You can use these 2 ideas I've just described to you and only a couple of others, and I'm talking like a couple of others, to solve an endless amount of math problems. All of the math tutors in the audience know what I'm talking about and know how cool it is. All math is using a few fundamental, physically tangible ideas to solve increasingly complex problems. The only difference being the creativity which they're employed with. Now, that feeling didn't come overnight. This speech is an accumulation of 3 years, 13 math classes, and 2 years working in the San Diego City College Math Center, which has been my most enriching educational experience to date. And I was able to accomplish all of this because from the beginning of Math 38, I decided that I would always do 3 things. And the first was to keep an open mind. At first, this open mind had to do with the math. This could potentially be interesting. And once I realized that it was, the open mind had to be for myself. I was capable of doing this. These were things that I was capable of understanding. The second was to recognize the simplicity. I'm not some smarty pants. These are all simple things that make up a whole. And if you understand those key concepts, everything will be fine. And the last, most importantly, was to, of course, have fun. The only difference between me and somebody who's really uncomfortable with math is about 10,000 math problems and a whole lot of joy that I experienced while doing them. And after finishing Math 255, differential equations, the last math class available on campus, I know one thing for sure, and there is no such thing as a math brain. There's no such thing as a brain that can't learn anything that it doesn't want to. Any knowledge that you wish to possess can be yours, as long as you're ready to put in the time and the effort, and to enjoy it. And this makes life really, really exciting, because the world is such a big place, and there's so much to learn. And we as tutors get to learn these things that we love, that we go through life and find interesting or important. We get to learn them very, very well. Because when you're asked to explain one idea in 100 different ways to 100 different types of people, all who know something that you don't, it's the most nourishing thing for your brain in the whole world. And I feel so lucky to be able to go to work every day and to learn something. And to work with the most amazing group of people that I just have ever met. Each one of my coworkers inspires me and makes me better every single day, and I am so lucky. And I'm also so lucky to work under the two most incredible women in the world, Kate and Tracy. I love you guys.